What's up? It's Cherith, the Starry Tarot Reader. I'm doing a bit of a different video today for a couple of reasons. One, my mom asked me to do like a tour of the mini houses that I featured in the thumbnail of my Dollhouse Card House video. And two, I'm kind of struggling with my tarot videos right now, so I thought I would take a little break and do a little something different. So I'm gonna do a tour of all of my mini houses, and then I figured I'd show you guys how I craft one of these. So it'll be a little crafting video. Don't worry, the tarot videos will be back. I just needed to take a little break. So we'll start with the mini house that lives on my mantle. Well, two mini houses. This is my little bug house. I have a little exoskeleton there, some cool little flowers there. I made those crowns, or oxidized those crowns myself. Glued all the moss on there. And then I've got my little fairy house over here. I glued the flowers on the outside, and the little the deer in there, and the little chair I put in there. Everything else was already in there. And then let's take a look at my whole mantle. So you can see all the pretty things I keep above my fireplace, and my banana plant, and my mini houses. And then we will move to the coffin house. This came with the background that way. I glued in the moss and the skulls and the creepy zombie hand down there. A little cabinet here with all of that were little mini pieces that I bought and put on there. The roses on the outside I put on. It's so pretty. I think it's one of my favorites. So those two cups there I oxidized the same way I did the crowns on the bug house, which was I put them in a mixture of salt and vinegar for a couple of days, turned them around a few times so they had that nice patina. Made it all green and weird looking. Alright, this is the little coffin I keep at my desk at the office. It was full of glitter, like scrapbooking glitter. Got a little frog, little things on top, and then I show you the sides. So I decorated the sides of this little coffin and the back with my little Nevermore crow. And then the bat on the side. Nevermore. A little pumpkin. In the back there says double double, toil and trouble. That line from Shakespeare. And then this is the first mini house that I ever made, the kit. With the kit, I think this is one my parents bought me. You can see the lamp back there. Had a little trouble gluing that, but it was the first one I did, so you know, it's a little rough, but I think it turned out pretty cool. Got some little slippers there. That window in the back is supposed to have curtains. I did not put them on because they just weren't working. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna grab some to show you how small this really is. So that's a regular tarot deck. That's how big this little house is. Teeny tiny. Not even the smallest one I've done, though. And this is the other house, the second house I ever built. I think I bought this kit myself. I can't remember. Might have been another one my parents bought me. You got the couch with the fruit, a little AC unit back there, which is hilarious. The kitchen, I think it's one of my favorites. Got little glasses of lemonade and the hanging light there. It just turned out so cool. Got a cutting board with a little knife on it. The refrigerator. I put a little plant on there. And we're gonna go up to the bedroom. You can see it's my first, like, well, not my first, my second one, but like the paper on the walls is all crinkled because I put too much glue on there. I always do that. And the bathroom's got a little like enclosed shower, a little trash can next to the sink, and we got our study area with the laptop and the bookcase and the little chair and lamp over there. This one was really cool. So a lot of wiring, different places to put wire, but it turned out really cool. And then we're gonna move down to one of my favorites. This is not my favorite, my second favorite. This is a kit I bought myself. It is probably one of the biggest ones I've got so far. On the table there, it's kind of hard to see because of my shadow. We got little coffee cups and little like pastries. It's like fruit on top of them, made of felt and stuff. And back there in the kitchen, it's hard to see. I'm trying not to get my shadow in the way, and then I give up because there's not enough light back there anyway. In the living room, gosh, I just love this whole thing. My little cat lamp over there. One of my favorites. Let me go up to the study here. It's just something about this one is so delicate and pretty. I'm sure there's better adjectives than that, but whatever. I love that lamp on the wall. Putting that together was a lot of fun. It's basically just paper glued over a little hole that you stick the light through. And over here in the bedroom, we got a little ottoman, the bed, the nightstand, a little vanity over there. And then the bathroom, I'm really proud of this because I actually had to, let me get in a little closer. I had to flip this. I put the wall in wrong, so I had to make everything opposite because I couldn't get the wall back out. So that's why the shelf there on the wall on the left side is actually supposed to be where the tub is, but I had to move everything around. It turned out so cool. I was really proud of myself for that one. So pretty. All right, now we're gonna move over to my favorite one, the takoyaki stand. This one turned out so cool. Got a little bike there. Some flowers. See, that's tiny sushi and sashimi. Got a little roadside light. A little vending machine. So fucking cool. This turned out so cool. This is one of my absolute favorite so far. All right, I'm gonna pull it out now so we can get a better view inside. And there we go. And another view of the outside with the takoyaki and tiny sushi. Flip it around, there's a cherry tree and a little post office box next to the door. Ignore the battery box back there. A little light hanging down. And then we're gonna go up. Ignore the cat toys on the table there. So back in the back, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little like milk carton and a piece of sashimi. And a little calendar on the wall. So fucking cool. And then over here, we've got a little microwave and some takeout boxes, a little boiling pot of takoyaki. Got the tiny sushi again. The tiny sushi, I think, is one of my favorite things I've ever made. It's so tiny. But it turned out so cool. The light, which is off center, very annoying, but still looks really cool. Move it over so we can get it into focus. Focus. Boom. There we go. All right, now I'm going to show you all of them, how they sit on my shelves over here. So this is in the corner of my house. They all sit there with their little lights on, looking all pretty. Oh, there's the top of it. It's my plants and my carousel horse. Boom, tiny houses, tiny houses. All right, now I'm going to show you how I craft one of these tiny houses. This is the cat cafe I'm currently working on. I'm very excited for it to all be put together. So we'll go ahead and get started looking at how I do that. So I'm kind of laying out all the pieces I'm working on. I started this before I moved, so it's some of the pieces are already done. And here I'm showing you what I'm working on. I'm putting together the coffee canisters today. Kind of out of frame. Sorry, I'm still getting used to it. I was using my mom's camera, my camera now, to do this instead of my phone, so I wasn't quite sure where the field of view was. Couldn't see. I I did a pretty good job. There were a few times I got out of frame, but I did all right. So I'm putting together these little coffee canisters. I've already got the plastic tubes together with the bottoms glued on. You can see the seed beads there for the coffee canister. They're the coffee beans to go inside. These here are the labels to go around the outside. We're going to go ahead and speed through me cutting these because nobody wants to watch me sit and cut for like, not 20 minutes, but for a while. Zoom, there we go. Scrapbookers call this fussy cutting. I love doing it. My mom thinks I'm insane for that. She also makes me do her fussy cutting when we're crafting together because she doesn't like doing it. So, we got it. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop. And the last one is done. Now we're going to go ahead and glue these around these little canisters. So I'm kind of laying them out. The canisters aren't the same size. I didn't get them cut even. So I'm trying to figure out like which ones will work to show the coffee beans. Also, I have so much trouble with my glue in the first part of this. Unbeknownst to me, there was a big like glob of mostly dried glue in the middle of the glue bottle that took forever for me to realize it was there. You can see here I'm cleaning out the top part of it. I keep a safety pin with the glue bottle for exactly that reason, because it always gets like jammed up in the nozzle there. But like I said, I have a lot of trouble with the glue bottle during this first part of the video because huge glob in the middle that I didn't know about, and I don't find out about it until later. So I was just double checking there when I pulled the book down to make sure that I've got the right pieces. Here you can see I'm cleaning out the glue bottle. I haven't discovered the glob yet, don't worry. I had to do this like 5 more times before I discover the glob. I also aggressively shake the bottle all the time. Shake, shake, shake. You can't hear me swearing in the video because I'm shaking and nothing's coming out. Oh, shake again. I shook it again and still didn't discover the glob. I don't discover it for a little while yet. Oh, but we finally get glue. Yay, glue. Alright, so now we're going to glue the labels on the canisters. We're going to go ahead and speed through that because, again, nobody wants to watch like 10 minutes of me trying to get these on there and making sure they're all even and pretty and that you can see the coffee beans inside once it's all in there. So boop, 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 1, 2, we're on the second one now. I'm gonna add a little extra glue because it wasn't sticking. I try not to get too much glue. I'm better about that now than I used to be, but I still get quite a bit of glue all over my hands. You can see I stop occasionally and like rub it off because so much glue. Glue everywhere. More glue. Alright, so now I got the labels on the bottles and the little canisters. So now we get to add the seed beads. Be careful when working with seed beads. They have a tendency, I don't know if you know this, but they're really, really, really tiny and they go everywhere, as I am about to discover. Look at me go. I'm trying to be like smart about this. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to do that. Watch, I'm like, oh, I'll just, you know what? I'm just going to, not in my hand. Nope, we're just going to pour them. And here they go everywhere. Whoop. All seed beads everywhere. I'm like, oh, this is me going, God damn it. That was dumb. But hey, I got them in there, checking to see what they look like in there. You can see my face. It's my face over there in the corner. Yeah, that's smarter. Do that. It's still probably not the best way to put seed beads in a tiny little plastic container, but you know, better than pouring them out and having them go everywhere. Shake, shake, shake. Making sure that it's in there. Now I'm going to glue the little lid on. Shake, shake, shake. So much shaking of the glue bottle. Aggressive shaking. Ah. That's the sound I make when I do that. Rah. Alright, so now we're gluing the lid on top of the coffee canister. This will make a jar of coffee beans. Tiny, tiny jar of coffee beans. About the size of my thumbnail is how tall this thing is, you can see. Now I'm just positioning it, get it all lined up, make sure it's on there. Because it doesn't go over the sides of the plastic, that little metal thing, it just kind of sits on top. Oh, no, put it back on. There you go. So I'm just trying to make sure it's going to stick properly. And boom, first one done. All right. And I turned it upside down when I put it down just to try to get it to stick a little bit better and be a little more stable. So now we're going to speed through the second one of me doing this, so you guys don't have to sit there and watch me pour seed beads everywhere again. Oh, here we go. So fast. Oh, see, I'm smarter on this one. I actually went in there and grabbed them and just plopped them into the canister. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. All right, now we're gonna tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Trying to make sure they're sitting in there properly and sitting more towards the bottom, since that's where you'll be able to see them once this little canister is all done. Nope. I was gonna glue the metal and I thought, no, that's dumb. I'll just glue the plastic and stick it on there and hope that it works. So here we go, glue, glue, more aggressive shaking of the glue bottle. And boop. Now that one is on there. Just lining it up on the sides. Making sure it's on there okay. And we're just gonna hold it for a second. Making sure it's all lined up. Yeah, alright. And upside down. There we go. Alright. On to the last one. The last one doesn't have a cover. It's an open bottle or open canister so you can see the alleged coffee beans. I am going to pour again. This time I do a better job of not getting the seed beads everywhere. They still go everywhere. What am I kidding? Seed beads everywhere, and now I'm just picking them up and put them in. Boop, boop, boop. Speeding through this so you don't have to watch me struggle with the seed beads on the mat there. Now, here's about when I discover the big glob of glue when I'm trying to get these seed beads glued inside the canister, because I got to get them to stay somehow. So I got to put glue in there and try not to catch the seed beads on the nozzle of the glue bottle. I do a bad job. It's not going to work. I kind of like doing a voiceover. I feel like I'm in Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's not going to work. Stop trying. And the aggressive pressing of the glue bottle. Look how tightly I'm pressing that to try to get the glue to come out. I'm going to two-hand it here in a second trying to get the glue to come out. I think I actually cut this part because... Oh wait, here's the... Yeah. Alright, finally got the glob out. Oh, thank God. That was ridiculous. So now, look how suddenly, there's glue coming out properly. Wow. See what happens when you don't have a big glob of semi-dried glue in the middle of your glue bottle. It's amazing and magic. Oh, another seed bead on the mat there that I pull out. So I'm popping these seed beads on the top of the glue, try to get that coffee bean coming out of the top of the canister look that I'm going for here. So just popping those on top, boop. Making sure they stick and not rolling off to the side. Another seed bead from the mat. Really shouldn't just dump seed beads out of the bag. It's a bad idea. And now I'm kind of trying to show on the camera what I've accomplished here. Oh no! Seed bead came off on my hand. I just threw it away because I wasn't going to try to mess with it anymore. Alright, just put a few more on top. I finally wised up to how to do these. Pour some in my hand and then grab them and put them. That's smart. Good job, me. Alright, and speed through this part a little bit. Try to make it a little less boring. And now I'm putting the seed beads up by doing that. Don't worry, I dump more on the mat doing that because that's what I do. But get them all in there. Oh, a few more on my hand. Seed beads, man. Alright, so now I'm going to put that over. I'm kind of trying to show it off. Sorry, it's blurry and then out of frame. Alright, so now I'm figuring out what we're doing next. What are we doing next? We are making these little bags. They're not actually holding anything, but they're supposed to look like they're holding coffee beans. Coffee bean bags. Put the lid on the glue bottle. That's important so you don't get big globs of dried glue in there. Alright, now we're going to cut these out. More fussy cutting. More glue on my hands. Alright, I'm going to glue off my hands here. Alright, so now we're going to do some more fussy cutting. I'm going to speed through this so you don't have to sit and watch me cut these for an indeterminate amount of time. I really like doing these mini houses. I find it's almost like a meditative sort of thing. Just sitting there and concentrating on cutting these little pieces of paper out to make whatever it is I'm making. Sorry if you heard my heat just click on. It snowed here in Colorado today, so I got my heat on. I got my fireplace going. Alright, got the first little bag cut out. Boop. Clean up paper scraps, and then we're going to cut out the second little bag and speed through that one. So as I was saying, I like doing these little mini houses. It's a lot of cutting. It's a lot of like piecing together little tiny bits of like wood and paper and plastic and felt, but I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun for me. It's almost like putting together a puzzle. You got to figure out where all the parts go and if they go, like where they go and how they fit together. Alright, so last little bag done, and boop. Alright, clean up paper. And now we get to do some more folding and cutting because we got to make these into little bags. So take a look at the book and see, alright, how do we do this? To cut certain parts, you can't see it, but on the paper, on the little bag is some dotted lines and some straight lines. So we cut on the straight lines and fold the dotted lines. And so I'm kind of trying to show that, like these are the straight lines where we're going to cut. These are the lines we're going to fold. Alright, I'm going to speed through this. Cut the little parts we're supposed to cut. Boop, boop, boop. And now we get to do some folding. I started to do this by hand, and then I remember I bought this cool little like toolkit for like miniature making and other things. I've used so much of this little ruler and pliers. I got a whole little range of tweezers. One of the pairs of tweezers is a wide, flat pair of tweezers that I use to help fold paper. So we're going to speed through the rest of the folding of this one. So you can see, you just grab the little tab and like fold it. It makes a pretty nice crease. You have to be careful when you crease these because they are so small. If you over crease and it tears, you're out of luck. You won't be able to get that fixed because it's so tiny. So you see we're folding all the pieces, and then I'm helping using the tweezers to help me do some of the creases in the middle, because it's hard to see, but in the middle of one of the tabs the dotted line goes halfway down because you're only supposed to crease it because it's supposed to like be folded like a bag. So the bottom is a square and then it folds up at the top. So I'm going to show you how I put that all together and glue that all together. I use the tweezers to help me with this process because it's easier to hold glued together pieces with the tweezers than it is with my big old fingers. So I'm kind of getting all of it lined up, and now we're going to put glue on that tab there. Yeah, I'm just getting it lined up so I make sure it's right. An aggressive shaking of the glue, which isn't really necessary anymore now that it's clear. See, I use the tweezers to hold that so that it lines up properly and stays where it's supposed to stay with the glue. You can see kind of making sure it's okay. All right, I've held it long enough. Now I'm gonna glue the bottom. To like doing the creases again to make sure that they stay there. See, it creases like in the middle there. All right, now we're gonna glue the bottom. Again, using the tweezers to help move these little bits of paper so that I don't accidentally tear them or get glue where glue isn't supposed to go. Because with pieces this small, it's incredibly hard to get glue off if you put it in the wrong place. It's kind of impossible to like wipe glue off of where it's not supposed to be when the piece is the size of your thumbnail. All right, now we're gonna glue that. I'm just gonna hold it for a second. So kind of trying to show what I'm doing here. What am I doing? All right, now we're holding the bottom together. Got that, you know, mostly done, and now we're gonna glue the top. Just getting the glue off my fingers. All right, so now we gotta crease the top. Then we're gonna glue that top tab down to hold that in place. And we use the tweezers again when I put the glue on. You can see I'm kind of trying to show like this is how the little bag looks. All right, more glue. I use too much glue probably more often than not. I put way more than needs to be on there, which doesn't help because it makes the paper wet and easier to tear. All right, so now we're gonna crease it and pull that tab down. And now to hold it, I'm gonna use the tweezers because it's just easier. And now I'm gonna show you the little bag. Oh, look at that, coffee beans. Coffee beans. Yeah, I did a good job being in frame on that. Yay, me. Alright, now I'm gonna put it over on the side to continue drying. Ah, let go. Ah! Guess what I found when I did that? I'm just kind of cleaning off the table. Haven't found the rest of the seed beads yet. Don't worry. I find more. Actually, I think I'm about to find the last few of them. So now I'm showing you I'm doing the same thing with this one. I'm going to start speeding through this when I realize I've left the lid off of the glue bottle. So I need to put that on there. Oh, the lid on the glue bottle. And then in the process of that, I find another seed bead. What is that? Seed. Stinking little bead. More of them. Oh, they're everywhere. It's like glitter. You drop a few seed beads and they're just everywhere. So now I need to check. This is me checking to make sure there's no more. Are you anywhere else? Stinking little seed beads. Lift up the paper. The glue bottle. There we go. Check under there. Check under the paper on the sides there. Lift everything up. Okay. No more seed beads. Let's get back to cutting and folding. We're going to speed through this because, again, it's just a lot of like snipping little pieces and folding and creasing and gluing to make the second little bag. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to watch me for a second go really, really fast. Oh, look at me go. Doing one of these, by the way, takes, gosh, I don't know, I think the last one I did, I took like a month and a half to fully put together. The last big one I did, the little takoyaki stand, I think that one only took me maybe a month. I worked pretty solidly on that without doing a whole lot else. But I love these little things. I have like 2 more kits after this Cat Cafe one. One of them is going to take me forever. It's a little garden, so it's cutting out so many little pieces of like paper and felt to make plants. But it'll be really cool when it comes together. It's like a greenhouse, not a garden. This one is a little cafe. So I get to put together some like food using felt. There's like actual like cat jungle I get to put together. We'll get off of the tweezers. There we go. All right, second bag is done. Yep, line them up in the corner there. Now we're going to show you very poorly. I'm going to show you what we're working on next, which is the putting all of this into that. So now I'm checking that to make sure that there's no weird wonky pieces. Actually, this one came together pretty well. I'm impressed with myself. It's not wobbly. It's not off center. I did a good job. All right, now we're gonna put these all in the shelf here. So I'm gonna speed through that. But yeah, this cat cafe has like a cat jungle that goes around the inside of the cafe. There's like a food display. You can kind of see up in the left-hand corner there where I get to put that together. It's really cool. I'm very excited to do this. Now you can see I'm lining up these little jars. I like to do this little thing where I hold the tweezers up at the top there in the gap, just gently press to make sure they've stuck properly with the glue. I do the same thing with the little bags. So now we're gonna put the little bags in. I'm gonna take a moment here. This one started coming apart, so I had to re-glue it. So I speed through that process a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna put the bags in, but I'm not gluing them yet because I want to see what order I like them in. If I want them to go red and then green, or green and then red. So I'm gonna show that. Put them in. Boop. First one and then the other, and then I'm gonna show. I actually do a pretty good job of showing this one, so you can see what it looks like. Ah, oh, bag down. Bag, it fell. All right. I grabbed different tweezers that were a little thinner, easier to grab and manipulate these inside there without the wide, flat tweezers. I'm just trying to place them right now so that they look proper. All right. Now I'm going to show. This is what it looks like with the red and then the green. All right, now we're gonna see how it looks the other way. So I get to just dump this out. Boop. All right, we're just gonna move these around. I do a bad job of showing what this looks like, but it's okay because it winds up being how I like it. I like the look of the green and then the red versus the other way around. So now I'm gonna glue these in. We're gonna go ahead and speed through that process. So just, pop them in there and then gently press on the top. More gently with these than with the canisters because these are paper, where the canisters were hard plastic. So we've slowed down just to kind of see, so you can see what it looks like when it's all done. Now put that in. We're just gonna gently move it so that it looks how I want it to look. And press so that we make sure it's stuck in there properly. And that's how it looks. My best Vanna White impression there. Out of frame, but do what we can. Sorry, there was a bit of a cut there because I kind of was cleaning off the mat a little bit so I can get to the next part, which you can't see because I'm out of frame. You'll be able to see it in a second because I put the paper down. So when I put the paper down, you can see in the middle of the paper the plates there. That's what I'm putting together. So I'm finding where that is in this box. These are all the supplies for this little house. Or this little cat cafe. Not house, it's cat cafe. Unfortunately, the parts I'm looking for are not in the box. I actually had them off to the side, which I discovered right about there. So now I'm saying, okay, what am I doing? So you can see like this whole display thing is what I'm putting together, and I show you at the end. I do a better job, so that whole cabinet, that's what I'm putting together right now. I'm putting together all the pieces to go on that cabinet, which includes a lot of little like food pieces and other things. So I found the plates, so now I'm going to cut the plates out. We're going to zoom through that because it's just cutting them off of this big piece of paper, so we can start putting them together. That's just me checking to make sure I got the right number, because it's all on this one huge piece of paper, and it's different numbers on the piece of paper. So now I'm just checking to see how we put these plates together. So basically you cut them out, and then there's a part in the middle that you cut out, and then you glue it together, and then there's another piece of paper that glues inside. So we're going to zoom through this part of cutting these out, because it's just a lot of cutting. I really do find this very meditative. I can sit down with one of these and just go through cutting all these bits of paper out and gluing them, and doing the same with like the pieces of felt and the other things, and just, it's just taking all these little pieces and doing this and then putting them together, and I really fall into a very meditative state. It's just very focused and calm and enjoyable for me. I thought like I said, I wanted to film this to kind of give you guys. This is how I put these together. I have 2, 3, 4 from the kits. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that I've done myself. I have a couple more I'm planning, of like pieces that I'm bringing together myself to make, my own little houses. I've made like 4 of these, 2 of them from kits, 2 of them I put together myself for other people in my life. It's a lot of fun for me. I love doing this. I love how it looks at the end. I love putting all the pieces together. I've gotten better with the kits of doing my own thing, changing things around, not following instructions. My mom will be shocked to hear that. So now I'm just showing you like this. I've cut out the inside of this, so now it gets to glue. I get to glue it together, so it makes the plate. There's a hole in the middle because there's another little piece of paper that you get to cut out and glue to make the bottom of the plate. It's so tiny. Like, I can't stress enough how small these pieces are. It's kind of ridiculous how small some of these pieces are. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and glue that so that it makes the outside of the plate. So you can see the hole in the middle that gets covered up with the piece of paper. I got the wrong tweezers, so now I'm searching for my other tweezers. Get the glue off at the tip again, every single time. Alright, so there's a little tab. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a little tab there, and put glue on, and then fold the one side over, and bring the one side over, and hold that there. I like to use the wider tweezers to hold this. The thinner ones have a tendency to fold the paper in ways I don't want it to be folded. So I use the wide ones because they hold the paper together without creasing it. So put that on there and just press it and set it down. Boop. And it just sticks there. Now I gotta set that to the side, and we're gonna do the rest of them. I'm gonna speed through this part because, again, nobody wants to watch me do this in real time. But I get to cut out the inside. The scissors that I'm using, by the way, are my embroidery scissors that I use for cross stitch. I have several of them. These ones I've taken and repurposed them to use for my miniature making. I no longer use them for cross stitching. But I I do have a pair of cross stitching scissors. They were actually my great grandmother's old scissors that my mom found and gave to me, which is really cool. Now I like that. They have some history to them. These ones I just bought at a craft store. They work great for this sort of fine cutting because they're small and they're sharp. They have to be. They're typically used for embroidery. So, and then you can see I do all of the plates same way for each of them, just cutting out the inside and then folding over and gluing the little tab. All right, last plate here. Cutting out the middle very, very carefully. So if you cut it wrong and you cut that plate apart, you're never getting that fixed. There's no way to fix that. So I sort of, if you can tell, I kind of crease these a little bit when I'm folding them, so they have that sort of bowl shapes. Just, All right, now we're doing a cleanup because I decided I was done. So we're putting all the little pieces in that little pottery jar and putting my tools up. It's important to keep everything together and easily accessible, especially the small pieces, so you don't lose them. I will be back with the tarot video. My next one I'm planning is Wanderlust decks, so stick around for that. Thanks for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Bye till next time.